Great outfit, by the way.
Thank you. Oh,
so
thanks.
good.
Oh, thanks.
Fresh.
You too.
Thank you very much. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. And congratulations on the film. I saw it last night.
Oh, nice.
We loved it. The
Good.
whole cinema loved it. How does it feel when you hear people actually loved a project like this?
I mean, fantastic, and I still haven't seen it with an audience yet, so I'm excited to do that.
should come.
Especially for a horror film, it's nice to hear all the reactions.
What made you want to do this project? What drew you to it?
A lot of reasons. I liked Lee's movies. I liked what he does. I like how he talks about films. I like the script. And then, just on an actor level, being able to sort of get into something that's physical, like probably one of the more, if not the most physical kind of performance I've had to do. Yeah. So, I mean, any swing like that is always fun to take.
7.5 hours getting into...
Not all the time.
Not all the time.
Anywhere from like 2 to, yes, maybe 7.5. Yeah.
Can you talk us through how you get ready and how you prepare for the role to act in, also physically?
Yeah, first you have to wake up really early. That's the first thing. And then, I mean, I didn't do I know so many people listen to podcasts and all kind of stuff, but like Arian, the designer, and Pam, who did the prosthetics, we had a really nice time and a rapport in there. And you kind of, thank God, because you spend so much time with, spending 7 hours with someone in a tiny trailer can be terrible if you don't like them, but I love them. So that was just good. It's just a mental game, It's real. It's a marathon and it's a test, and just got to get through it.
What did you first think when you're sitting in front of the mirror, I guess?
Yeah.
What did you think when the final result was there, though?
Well, especially for like the final stage of it, like the most prosthetics, that it's almost laughable. You know what I mean? Because it's so. You have the idea in your mind before you do the film. I even saw designs of the thing, and you're like, oh, wow, okay, that's when... But until you put it on and actually have it on you and have it on your face, it's... Your instinct, you want to do funny things with it on. I think that was sort of... That's where you want to go to. But yeah, it's incredible and surreal.
Your character and Charlotte obviously have a really, really strong chemistry throughout the film. How does the relationship develop throughout the film? How would you describe it?
Yeah, well, I think the big theme with that and their characters is communication. The idea of communication. You get the sense that there's this couple who call it maybe a bit on the rocks. They're having a hard time communicating with each other, and which is something that's very common and relatable with any loved one. And then what if that suddenly sort of gets taken away, and the ability to communicate and speak, obviously in this very fantastical gesture of it, and sort of reckoning with that, and your human basic instincts kick in, and I think it's such a fun journey to watch, how they communicate in small ways, whether it's gestures or trying to understand each other without speaking. I think that, again, the theme of communication, I think, is a real strong one.
Why do you think Julia was so perfect for that role? Because, God, she killed it.
Yeah, Julia, I mean, she has such a kind of a unique presence, and I think she can convey sort of, the typical horror things, whether it's fear and she's such a good... She can convey these things so well, but there's always some heart in there too, and a lot of vulnerability. So that balance, I think, is perfect.
What do you think audiences are going to love about it?
I think, it's very much a horror film, and I think that you sort of go in for that sort of roller coaster of that. You get all the thrills and the jump scares and all that kind of stuff. But hopefully, I think there's a lot of tragedy in it too, and so hopefully that leaves you with something after you leave.
How did you feel when you first saw the full final edit?
I don't, I still haven't seen the full final edit, so I'm excited. I'll see it for the first time and with an audience, and I'm most excited for that. Just to, because obviously I know what happens, but it'll just be good to see it with audience reactions and see how they feel.
Love it.
Yeah.